Welcome to the Ego versus Ego podcast. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to reach out to the viewers. It's very important that you guys support the movement. We've been getting a lot of views and comments about the clips and the IG. I want to definitely encourage you guys to let's take one more step further and go beyond the IG and the views and go ahead and travel towards the YouTube, Spotify, and the Podgo. And definitely view those, leave a comment and subscribe and really help us to promote the movement. Like I said, we've been getting a lot of views on the IG, but I want to encourage to continue to push this movement towards the next level. And that next level is going towards the YouTube, Spotify, and the Podgo to really help us to continue to produce a quality product for you guys. So definitely do that for us. That's from Ego, the original. Thank you.
Long-winded as always. Let me shorten that up a little bit. Hey guys, don't forget you can tune into the full conversation, watch full episodes on YouTube, or tune in on podgo.io. Thank you.
That's short. God damn. Can you beat that?
She did that.
Your time.
It's the boy, man. Help us help you. Come to YouTube, Spotify, Podgo. Get in where you fit in, nah. Stop playing. That's how you do it.
Well, welcome to another season of Ego versus Ego. I want to first thank all of you guys for supporting us during the first season of the Ego versus Ego podcast. And I would like to reintroduce myself, like this is Jay-Z, reintroduce myself, Ego Ferguson Sr., the original, the visionary, the entrepreneur, that guy, Ego.
Appreciate y'all watching. Obviously, I know who I am, Ego Ferguson Jr., the father, husband, son, visionary, prototype. You know, you the original on the prototype.
Of course,
you
let's
know.
get it corrected.
You know, hey, man, it is what it is, baby. Let's get to it.
And would like to introduce a new member, not only a new member, actually the producer of the show. Joy, could you please introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I do all the marketing for Ego versus Ego, all those fire real covers and flyers you see. You're welcome. But no, my name is Joy. I am from Washington, D.C. I am a Miami transplant. I've been down there for almost 6 years now. Definitely been a journey.
What type of journey was it?
Just my life has always been very singular, very crazy, I would say.
I like the singular version. When you start talking about I think the past year, the past episode season, we've been dealing a lot with the Ego versus Ego, and the goal of season 2 was to bring some different dynamics into the conversation that we've been going through, exposing our lives, good, bad, or indifference. And I think it's a good opportunity to bring something new to this season right here. And I think what better else can we ask for than the actual producer of the show, who actually know quite both of us, both characters. And I say characters in a very special way. And get your stand. You know, you've watched every episode, you produce every episode. Give us your take on this whole process.
I like it. I think it's bringing a lot of things that people don't normally talk about to the forefront, especially when it comes to life after sports and what is actually, going on behind the scenes. But I think the audience is really responding well. It's sports mostly, so it's kind of out of my wheelhouse, but I do really enjoy the tidbits and the little back and forth that you guys have. So I'm definitely into it. I'm happy to be on the team.
I like that. I think, and what's most interesting about this whole process is what you guys are experiencing is a true dynamics in Ego versus Ego, where I'm learning a lot of new shit. I mean, getting ready
He already did it already.
I'm trying to get my. I'm trying to get my. I was told by the producer that I cuss a lot, and I'm trying to improve myself through this whole process. But this whole dynamics of a father and a son having a conversation, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I have learned a lot that I was unaware of during this whole process. What about you? Have you? What has the first season been to you?
It's definitely been interesting, intriguing to say the least. But season 2, I got a little more questions. 'Cause I want to dive deep into your mindset during the process of what we was.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Gotta get it both ways.
You know, I can tell you one thing right now. I know raising you, part of I think one of the highlights, if I could sit back and look at highlights, is looking at you and I sitting there and watching Pinky and the Brain. You know, those are some of the highlights of raising you as a child and trying to go through this whole process. But my whole thing was when you start talking about the entire year, was there anything that surprised you through this whole process? That once whole season went through, was there anything that surprised you through this whole process that you were not aware of?
I don't know if I would say surprise, more just a different point of view. Sometimes I think when you're so close to the fire, you can't see the forest essentially. And so being able to have these conversations afterwards to be able to see your point of view, what you was looking at when you was navigating is definitely a highlight for me essentially.
Really?
Yeah, because you don't know what people's going through. I mean, I think during the time you showed so much strength and courage in what you was doing to hear sometimes that you didn't know, or the vulnerability in the stories are kind of everything, because it kind of opened my eyes up just to how I can be better with my kids, I guess, essentially having those conversations.
Interesting. So I guess this is a nice little softball over to you, Joy.
I think it's been very interesting for me as well, especially someone who grew up without a father or mother for that instance. It's definitely been really fun for me just to see how you guys interact with each other and what he's learned from you and what you've learned from him, and then seeing little E. That's it's nice to be
So
a part.
I want to go a little deeper into when you start looking at, and again, one of the main components of this whole show was to really highlight the relationship factor. What you have is a black man talking to his son, and that dynamic doesn't really. That's nothing that's highlighted or mentioned, or it's something that it's not promoted by your media or whatever the case may be. What is your vantage point, especially coming from your side? You know, you've been in a situation where you didn't have your father, you didn't have a mother. When you sit back, not only that you know the two individuals, you've recorded, you've edited. When you look at this, what does it say to you? I mean, what do you see? What do you say? What do you see? I want to really get deep into that part of it.
Um, I definitely don't agree with 100% of everything that you guys say. Of course,
Mostly me or him? Which one?
well, you talk more, so there's more to disagree with there. But I think there is definitely a stigma, a stereotype to where people automatically assume that most single women, the dad's black and he's not in the kid's life. But from what I've seen, even not having a father, most of the best fathers that I've seen, most like interactive with their kids, they are black men. And there's a lot of black men out here who are raising their kids alone, and it's not really highlighted in the media like at all. But if you look for it, you'll find it because it's out there.
And I think that has been very important to me, was to for the masses, when you start talking about clickbait, algorithms, when you start dealing with social media, doing clickbaits and algorithm, they want to stereotype us of not being here or not being involved in our kids' lives. Jay, I mean, you could sit back and talk more on this. Is like we did this shit together, you and I. You talking about we've been grinding ourselves, and I really want to. The whole thought process of this whole movement with this ego versus ego movement was to highlight and to pretty much bring more fathers out there to say, hey, I'm here, I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean? What's your thought process on this?
Um, See, I look at it differently. I agree and disagree at the same time because I think it started off as me and you. But what I loved about our journey is that as we started to expand ourselves and go different routes, we met some amazing, wonderful people that helped us on our journey. When you think about the hands of a Coach Ward, the hands of a Coach Tillman, the hands of a Coach P, the hands of Coach Birchman, there's so many people that had their hands into the pot that help us mold the situation. So I'm thinking what I loved about the situation is as it started off as me and you, we was able to gain so many people that was able to help us and we was able to trust during some of our trials and tribulations. So that was everything for me. Because when I look at it, a lot of things we wouldn't have been able to do on our own. A lot of doors we wouldn't have been able to open up on our own.
Yeah, I think I would tend to agree with you in that sense that, and now I'm telling you right now, from a father right now, I was dealing with a lot of shit through that whole experience. You're talking about when you came to Maryland, I was right in the midst. I guess when you came in, was going through a turbulent relationship. I guess the best we could say it, and to really look at this whole concept of being a father, how do you navigate without that resource? I can tell you right now, you and I, we speak every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day. And I know individuals that I talk to and I work with. When I say work with, when I discuss with different individuals, it's like they don't have that father figure or that father in their lives. That means a lot. Just to have somebody to reach out and somebody to have a conversation with. What do you see in your standpoint?
And, I got a question for you before you go there.
Go for it.
Because when you talk about that, right, you talk about the father-son dynamic, but in reality, you didn't have that dynamic growing up.
Nah.
So how was you able to give something that you didn't see, essentially, right? How was you able to process that to be able to put that into me when it wasn't necessarily put into you like that?
That's a very interesting question. I think that question right there, I think we both, Joy and I, can answer that question right there simultaneously.
A lot of it is community, I think. Even myself, I had a next door neighbor. He was a black man. He had his own kid. And whenever he would take his son to go do college tours or we volunteered at PBS, he would bring me and my little brother along with him. He would always extend, like, oh, hey, come join us, like, be part of the family. So I think it just comes down to, even if you don't have that direct father relationship,
Mm-hmm.
there's always someone else that can help to fill in those gaps. It takes a village.
Yeah, and I think I can pretty much, I coincide for that. I looked at, I'm going to go back to the same story. I had Uncle Lou, your Uncle Lou, Junior Grant. I had, we talked about this again. I've had individuals that I can actually look at and try to imitate, whatever the case may be. And then I'm telling you right now, I don't think I've mentioned this enough times. Ooh, I had a sister, Judy. And what's the weirdest thing about Judy is I love her to death. She was almost like a surrogate mother to me where I can have open conversations with her. And she was almost like a sorceress or almost like an encyclopedia. And you know what's weird about this is? Every woman I dated hated her. and I'm okay to say that right now. Every woman I dated or had a serious relationship hated Judy because she was a person that I can really lean into because I know she's been through a lot of ups and downs in her life. And she was like that mother figure. And she had the ability to almost view things almost like from a fatherly standpoint also. So I would call her and say, hey, Judy, this is going on. What do you think? What's your opinion? And then what I would do, I would bounce it off of Judy, a couple of my other partners, whatever the case may be. And based on all of those different answers, I will come up with an answer and I say, okay, we're going to ride with this shit right here.
But that's how mama was for me, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I used to talk to mama. There used to be stories of me talking to mama at 3 o'clock in the morning in the bathroom in college.
Really?
Regular routine, yeah. She used to be so cold with some of the stuff she used to be on point with. She'll call me like, son, I don't know what you doing right now, what you got going on, but I'm going to tell you right now, just go home. Hang the phone up. And 8 out of 10 times,
It's right.
she right. She on the money. Hey. So you just learn sometimes the people that have that different connection, I think it's just outside of this dimension sometimes because we can't see it, we can't identify it. But that connection is real.
I can tell you one thing. What I've determined, and this is 57 years. I know I look younger than 57. Look at this look. Yeah, I have discerned that women have extra element of an energy of discernment, and we as men. I'm gonna tell you right now, all you ninjas out there, all you OGs or whatever the case may be, we don't have it. Women has an extra. From my experience, I've been through a lot of women. I mean, I've been involved with a lot of women.
That's why you hit Joy. That's why you put the time out on them.
You told him that time out, right?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, good. So what I'm saying is to you guys out there, women have an extra level of energy of discernment that we don't have as males. And I would encourage you to lean into that discernment because that shit is real. Whether you realize it or not, that shit is real. So I lean on my women to give me insights that I don't have.
What age did you start leaning into the woman?
When you say leaning into the women far, it's what aspects of it? Because there's been a lot of different aspects of women. When leaning in, talk to me. What?
Since it started to go with the
discernment?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think the most.
Don't. We already had this conversation. Send it in a different direction.
Move it?
No, keep on, but don't say what you've already said. Say something new and say something good, positive.
I first, and I'm gonna be open and honest, right? This whole show's been open and honest. Look at you sweating. You know I'm getting ready to come back to you.
Trying to go viral.
No, I'm not trying. No, I'm just saying. All bullshit. I'm being very honest. I've never disclosed this. This is a PSA. This is an exclusive moment. During my first marriage, I determined that women have some powers that's beyond the supernatural. They know shit that we don't know. I used to lie.
Woman's intuition.
What you call it?
Woman's intuition.
R. Kelly said something different.
What did he say?
Trapped in the closet. But what I realized was that women have an intuition that's shit you cannot change. And sometimes they have a foresight. When I say foresight, shit that I was not even expecting to happen, they knew already that's what's going to happen. Especially with your mother. When I looked at our relationship, I loved your mother a lot. But she saw the things in me that it was not even there. It was not even manifested. And she saw some of that shit. And it was like, I can recall it. This is a true story. We had a next door neighbor.
Oh, man.
Remember that story?
I don't even want to tell this one.
This is a true story, all bullshit aside.
Mama, I love you, girl.
We had a next door neighbor. And, you know, I like my women a certain way. How you like my women?
I don't know.
Okay.
I ain't about to get on this sound.
I like my woman a certain way. And we had a neighbor. She was very cute. Nice looking. But honestly, I'm being honest right now. I had zero interest in her. Zero. Can I say zero? Zero.
Why?
Because I was married at the time.
Oh.
So I had zero interest in her. But his mother, and she was a friend, she lived directly across the street from us, across the hall from us. And his mother would accuse, you stopping me?
Nah, you good.
His mother would accuse me of wanting to be with this lady or whatever. And I didn't. And when I say honestly, I didn't have zero interest in this young lady. And she would always, that bitch. I mean, sorry. That chick, that whatever the case may be, wants you. I don't know. I'm like, why you put me through this shit? No, it's not that situation. And lo and behold, she had a premonition.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Finish the story.
And when I say premonition, see what happened was, why are you laughing? This is your story. So she had a vision that I did not see. Now, what I say, Joy, is it a manifestation? She created a situation, or she saw something in me, or something in the situation that I didn't see? Because at that point, I really didn't have. I thought she was cute, but I had zero interest in her. I never touched her though. Go ahead.
And I don't think it was a manifestation. I think you're just in denial, and no one can manifest something for you. You have to manifest that for yourself, or it was always there. You just didn't want to admit it. That's how I feel, at least.
And I think that's where men and women differ. Because at that point, I had zero interest in her. I was locked in, but she kept on throwing it at me, literally left and right. And I was like, okay. And when she left me, what happened was,
Did he catch it? Did he catch it?
she left me, and
And then you went
He became Randy Moss.
F with her, the girl from across the street, who she thought from the beginning that you were gonna do, and that ended up happening.
so was that a situation of manifestation,
No,
or
Was his hands already on the cookies?
your eyes are already wandering.
but if
You know what, Joy? Hey, I'm glad you said that, because he talking about this visionary stuff, and it sounds like his hands was already on the cookie jar.
If I see a man walk down the street and I say, "Oh, I'm not attracted to that man," no amount of badgering and him bothering me is gonna make me change my attraction towards him. It doesn't make any sense.
But my thing is, when she left, she comforted me.
You let her. You want to be petty. That's what she likes to do. Be petty. Get even.
Really?
Oh, he's petty?
You're not talking about the crab situation.
Both y'all.
Oh, we talking one person right now. Let's stick on this subject. Hey, it's easy to group the egos.
No, but see, I really think that
She manifested that. You want to blame that on her,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah, that's what
instead of
basically-
taking accountability and
that-
saying, "Oh,
That is exactly what's going on right now. And it's crazy. Wow, 30-something years later, you still doing that?
that's how you see things.
Hey, listen, you want to say she manifested it? I think the signs was already there.
I personally had zero interest. But when the situation presented itself after the opportunity, I'm not going to say situation, after the opportunity presented itself, then I was like, hey, it is what it is. At that
exactly." You made that decision.
Yeah, it's
It
like,
didn't just happen to you.
thank you.
But no, what I'm saying was, at the time,
He said he
I
had zero interest.
had zero interest at the time.
But shit, that interest jumped up real quick when you got single.
So at what point am I wrong or right on this?
No,
Definitely
you're
wrong.
not wrong. You were single. You can do whatever you want.
Joy, no, he's
But don't
wrong.
blame it on somebody
Yeah,
else.
he's wrong, Joy, because he was married previously, right? You married previously, and the situation erupted or arose, or however he looked at it. You say you didn't touch and had zero interest, but the minute that you was quote unquote single, then you touch. You did that wrong. What we talking about?
He's not wrong.
Hey,
I'm not wrong, right?
He's not wrong.
that's the first time we done agreed on something, girl.
I think so. That's crazy.
Hey,
I
Kodak
definitely thought we were gonna be at each other's next, but
moment.
that this is a surprising turn of events.
Right, I think that leads us to the next episode.
Oh,
I think it leads us to the next subject right now, where I've had some audience. Can you help me right here? I've had some issues. I've had some opportunities. I've been in this country since 1983. 83, Jay. What year were you born?
91.
I've been here since 1983. This is 2026. And we're going through this whole dynamics about relationships, women. I know our last segment that got a lot of comments through our last segment was the women. When we talked about women, we talked about our mother, we talked about our first love, we talked about your breaking your virginity, me hunching, and all these different things. I can always, a question mark can always been in my mind, and I'm glad that we have Joy here now, because it's always been you and I was trying to get a female's point of view. Was we're not even gonna say interracial, it's intercultural relationship. I've been married to 3 or 4 American women. I love America. I love Donald Trump. But my thing is I've always had issues with American women. And I know a lot of American dudes also too. I have a lot of issues with them too.
They're the worst.
Joy, you are very beautiful. And let me say that, very beautiful young lady. Have you ever had experience dating outside of this American culture?
I wouldn't say dating.
Or seeing anybody? What do you call it?
Interacting with.
Interacting. I like the interacting. How you like the interacting, Jay?
That shit crazy.
Interacting?
Yeah. Seeing, talking, however you want to label it, I guess.
Me personally, for some reason, I am very attracted. I don't know why. I'm attracted to American women. I don't know why, but I'm very attracted to them. But this shit never works out for me. And I want to get your perspective. Help me.
I don't think it's a man-woman thing. I think it's an American thing. Because even my sister was married to an Iranian, a first-generation Iranian. And even his dad, he came here, he built his wife a greenhouse that collected rainwater on the top, and he gardened, and he cooked for her every single day. Like, it was just like something you would hear in a fairy tale, you know what I mean? I think that guys who aren't American, they actually care more about love and actually being a good partner rather than just looking like a good partner, a family man.
Is that guys and girls or just guys when you say that?
Well, I'm speaking, but I don't.
She don't date women.
I'm not a lesbian.
And okay, we have no problem with lesbians. I love lesbians. I mean, we have no problem with lesbians.
Oh,
but go ahead.
Goodness.
I mean,
So, I got a question.
Go ahead.
You say you dated a lot of American women. Have you dated a lot of island women?
I've dated when I'm coming up here from the Bahamas. I dated a few, but not any in-depth relationship. So I've had relationships with people from the islands, but for some reason or another, I've gravitated to American women, the American culture. For some reason, I'm still trying to figure this shit out right now. I'm really trying to sort that out.
What do you think is the factor that'll make you be like, I want this one over that one? Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to figure out whether it's the lifestyle, but I know the cultural differences is major. There's a huge cultural differences. I can tell you right now, from a island man's perspective, I strongly believe in, if I'm dating someone, or I'm in a relationship, whatever the case may be, or I care about someone, whether I'm dating them or not, when I care about somebody, you don't need to tell me what's wrong. If I care about you, I should know what's wrong with you, what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's been my whole, like I told you, I taught you, what are the 3 things we talked about? What are the things we talked about? What's your responsibility as a man?
Provide, protect, and serve.
Boom. I didn't even say that. He already know that. And this is my son. So my thing as a man, I think you need to provide, protect, and you need to be an earner. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I've lived with a lot with American dudes my entire life. They don't seem to understand that. They really don't seem to understand that. I believe in when I go out. I think we drove up here, coming up here. Joy wouldn't come out of the car. Why wouldn't she come out of the car? Talk to me.
She said I didn't move fast enough to open the door for her. She told me. Well, I didn't open the door the first time. That's what happened, actually. She waited a long time for me to open the door.
So I guess I didn't push that too much. But Joy, when we were together, I opened doors.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You do a great job. I wish,
So,
wish I could have seen it more.
But
You have a daughter. So wouldn't you want any man that's around your daughter to open the door for her, be a gentleman, be courteous?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
But you're not thinking about it in your head in the present moment.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. But I'm like a person that like consistency, right? So it's like if we gonna start there, I like to stay there. Like it's like you kind of hard to stay there sometimes when people move faster than the next person and things of that nature.
So you trying to say Joy move fast?
She like hot and food. She want it ready, hot now.
Hot now. So my whole thing is I think we as, and I want to speak because I came here in the 8th grade, and so 8th grade so I have a balance of both. With the dating scene or whatever the case, whatever we call it, dating or whatever relationship scene, we as Americans, when I say American, there's a lot that it's lost. It's lost in the sauce or whatever the case, whatever terminology you utilize. The cultural differences is like that whole concept.
It's just the values.
Please go deeper into that for me.
The only thing that I know enough about to compare it to would be like Native American cultures. Like in Native American communities, every person has something that they're specialty. They have a value to the community, and that's what they bring. We don't have that. If you die, your job is gonna replace you tomorrow, and no one's gonna bat an eye. You know what I mean? People don't have value, and they work so hard just to make $8 an hour. By the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about loving someone or doing the right thing. They just want to do what's gonna make them feel good to get that quick temporary fulfillment, satisfaction, whatever you want to call it, so they can just make it through to the next day, tomorrow.
And that's in a Native American culture?
That's America. What do you mean?
Wow.
She said the difference is they value over us, basically. The value that they see in people.
In their community.
We value the work, the job place, the salary. They value the skills person, the artery, or somebody that's making something.
That's so different because, like, I know in our culture from the Bahamas and everything, what I know as a man, we pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? We pay the bills. We open doors. I don't care who I'm dating. The financial load is on me. And I taught you the same way also. Whatever my mate brings in, that's just it's almost like icing on the cake. But the base of whatever happens, that's on me. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of my friends who are American, they don't value the same, they don't see the same things. You know what I'm saying? I can go out to dinner and that's me. I'm not looking for 50%, hey, what you gonna pay? I can tell you right now, every time I go to dinner, I don't give a fuck what group I'm in, whether a group of dudes, whatever the case, it seems like when that bill comes out, everybody reach out for their phone or you know what I'm saying?
Boy, don't get me started. Boy, they got a trick. Motherfuckers know how to operate when it comes to dinner time.
You see it. You see there's so many American guys who are just comfortable letting a woman spend the money, be the breadwinner, pay for dates when they go out. Like they don't care about that kind of stuff.
How do you deal? Because you're a very attractive young lady.
I don't deal with that.
How do you navigate? Because like it's a whole bunch of dudes. Because you're a very attractive person. So how do you deal with that onslaught that's coming at you.
It's not like I'm expecting someone to take me to freaking Nobu every time we want to go get food. Like, we can go get fast food and go to my house, your house, whatever the case may be, but there's a certain feeling that you get when somebody really considers you and thinks about you and analyzes what makes you happy. They try to accomplish that. It's very far in between. And as soon as I start feeling like you don't really care about me, I'm disgusted.
Have you experienced that? Because I know you. I mean, you're young. You're married, so I know you've been through one or two. I'm not gonna say situations. One or two opportunities.
That's what you call it.
I like opportunities. I like opportunities. What's your take on that intercultural relationship or anything like that? What's your view on it?
I mean, I only really dated American, to be honest with you. I haven't dated
Really?
no island girls. Yeah, not really. I mean,
Elise, go ahead.
I don't know what we talking about. But I ain't really dated outside of that, to be honest. So what I know is kind of, I guess, what y'all talking about essentially. But
Have you noticed that?
which part?
I know from a female standpoint. We never
Yeah,
went
I
into that.
can't.
I can tell you right now, from American women standpoint, there is zero. It's a lot. It's a lot of superficial stuff. It's a lot of internet. It's a lot of, hey, take me there, take me there. I had this young lady I was dating, and it was like, God damn, every time we went out, it had to be Mastros. It had to be something that she can put a camera and do these selfies and all this shit. And it was like, why can't we just go down to Cliff's Jamaican restaurant on 103rd? You know what I'm saying? It was
She didn't like you. If a girl can't just like hang out with you and everything has to be like an Instagram show and this big procession, she doesn't like you. She doesn't want to spend time with you. She's with you for the benefits.
She ain't like Ego?
Damn.
No.
Damn. Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious.
How many dates you went on? Because it sounds like you went on quite a few. It sounds like she got a couple pictures off you, big dog.
My bad. So that's how it is.
That's how it is.
Literally, so again, this is the reason why we have this show right here to discuss these opportunities. It's like literally, and I've been through quite a few relationships. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been through quite a few relationships, and it's like to have somebody you can have just be yourself. To go to Cliffs, to have a night of playing cards, or just to cook and just to chill, just, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's rare.
I guess my question would be, how do you find that balance? When you got some women that will take advantage of the situation of you trying to provide or to show this lifestyle to, right? How do you know which one to offer that to or first one to pull
I
back?
feel like it's a cycle. A lot of women will, when they're younger, date a guy who doesn't have like, their whole life figured out, or like they're not making the most money. But then they give these guys a chance, and maybe they're going 50-50 on things or whatever. And the guy's on Tinder. He's on Hinge. So they're just like, oh, well, if I'm going to be in the trenches, I might as well live lavish.
So women go through that whole experience?
I went through that. I think that's a very big milestone or cornerstone in every woman's life. It's
So you don't pay half what it do? You don't.
Well, I wasn't paying half. I had my own apartment. We were just, but he was going to work, and I would literally go. He worked at the mall, and I would go to the mall and I would shop while he was working, and I was with him for 2 years. That was the worst 2 years of my life, honestly. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Worse in what sense?
There were girls that would DM me on Instagram, like, oh, I was with your boyfriend last night, and they would send me pictures. I would literally buy him clothes and shoes, and then I would see these pictures of him wearing these clothes and the shoes, hugged up with another girl, or booed up on the couch. Huh?
I said, AI came out fast now.
This was 2016. There was no AI.
I can't help you, big
Can't help
dog.
with
I
that.
can't help you,
But
big
my
dog.
thing is, my whole concept was, Jay, is like you're dating someone, you're seeing someone, whatever the case may be, and it's like it's nothing authentic. It's nothing authentic. And I like Sundays. we was in my neck of the woods was like Sundays we go hang out at mommy house and just sit and chill with the family or doing some bullshit, just hanging out, just playing cards or just watching a movie and some shit like that. And some women, especially American women, I don't know why it has to be the yachts, it has to be the Instagram, it has to be something that's more than what
Because
it
they
is.
don't like you.
God
If somebody
damn.
likes you, they want to spend time with you regardless of if you're on a yacht or fucking sitting on the balcony
What's
at,
wrong with
at
the
your
yacht, though?
apartment.
I don't know. That doesn't
I
yachts
can't
us.
enjoy a yacht every now and then, hey,
Bruh.
gotta enjoy the fruits of the labor, right? Golly, what you want motherfucker be on a kayak? Hey.
I ain't going in no kayak.
Damn, you too good for the kayak?
I am. I am not a strong
That
swimmer.
may be one of the most romantic things.
I'm not a
You on
strong
the left
swimmer.
side, me on the right side. We trying to get there.
I had a really bad experience. My birthday a couple years ago, I was talking to this guy. We weren't like exclusive or anything. He's like, "Oh, I have a surprise for you for your birthday," and it was me, him, one of his guy friends, and then two of these girls that I'd never met before, and we paddleboarded out to this island. It took us like 45 minutes, an hour to get to this island. And he spent the whole time once we got there flirting with one of the other girls that came with his friend. I was like stranded out there.
Oh, that's
No.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm done.
shit.
Never again.
I wouldn't get on another kayak either. That's crazy.
So I think my thing is to just what would you I guess both I'm asking both of you this question right here is like, especially in this day and age, you start dealing with the cultural differences, and then of course we talk about the social media, social influence. How do you discern the differences in relationships or whatever the case may be?
Stop wanting things too bad. Wanting things to the point where you're having to like frame things in your mind.
Be
You know what I
delusional.
mean? You're delusional.
It's a lot of delusional women out there, though, Joy. You just
And
touched
men.
on that.
And
Can
men.
we stick to one side first before we go to the other
Hey.
side? I'm just saying, like, but you just made a great point right there. It's a lot of people that when you want something so bad, you'll change everything inside your mind to make it fit that equation.
But now I want to tell you right now, when you start talking about that comment you made right there, that's a very easy comment to make.
What you want to call woman's intuition and having a sixth sense, it's just paying attention to energy and reading the signs.
I think the key thing that you said right now is energy. But if we were not taught energy, we're not taught signs, we in a shitload of problems.
But
Would you agree?
who's really taught how to date?
So
What do you think about it?
So my thing is, when you and I talk about situations, you know what I'm saying? And you and I go through different scenarios and all that. My thing is, there are a lot of men out there that goes through this whole scenario and they don't know. They don't know energy. The only thing they know energy is FP and L.
And then they get with the girl who just wants to use them.
Correct.
And they get their heart broken, and then they go using the other women, and then
Correct.
it's
So
like
cycle.
it's an ongoing cycle that really destroys the whole
it's a
situation.
victim that becomes the person that's doing the victimizing after a while.
So I guess this is the platform that we trying to create where we can talk to individuals out there and to try to hopefully drop a seed in the ground. Hopefully that one seed touch one person or whatever. Because like it's a lot of fucked up shit out there.
Yeah, but these conversations can't be
One-offs.
one-off situations or every now and then. Like, if you want to help somebody actually grow and develop, you have to dive deeper into these situations and what you call dating and what you call providing and all this different stuff. Sometimes I think we talk about it, we brush over it, but we don't really dive into the details of what it takes and the expectations.
So I think my thing is, when you and I discuss these things, it is that you provide a foundation.
Yeah, but think about even when we talked about it, right? When we talked about dating, what was the first thing we talked about? Yeah. So think about what you said. We talked about the outside of what a woman looked like. We didn't really talk about how to date a woman. You told me to protect, provide, and serve, but like
Correct.
how to know a woman, how to actually make stuff work, to join together as one. That's not hard.
So what I've done with you was I taught you what it is as a man.
Yes.
As a man, what do you need to do as a man? I really don't give a fuck what she does. But as a man, you need to provide, protect, and earn. So that's what I did.
And I think that's like the
that's
basics.
the basis. That's the basis of a relationship,
man, right?
Of a man.
But coexisting, communicating, understanding that it's not gonna always be your way. Those are different things that you.
Yes, and I think many times we talked about therapy.
Yes. A
lot of motherfuckers around here needs to have therapy.
Shit, I go to therapy every week.
You have therapy?
Every week.
Troy, do you have therapy?
I was going for a time.
All of us, and I think it goes. I'm going to venture to say 70% of us don't have that co-parent or two parents in the household. So if we don't have those two parents in the household, then I think it's a need for therapy.
Even for people who have two parents, because I know people who got both their parents and their parents are writer's reign. They're psychopaths. They have no empathy. They don't care about anything outside of
the here and now
themselves.
I feel like trauma come in all shapes and sizes. There's no one shoe fits all people that has trauma. Trauma can come from the best background in the world. It's what you experience as you going upon this journey, I feel like.
And I hate to say this, and not I hate to say this, but I am going to say this, is like the fact that we went through slavery, so that separation, that disconnect, it didn't give us that bond, that that nurturing that we needed. And the cycle continued to go on and on and on in years, that we don't put those foundations, the religious, the spiritual, the energy. We don't, again, I was 40 years old when I learned about energy. When I learned about sleeping with a woman and you gaining all the motherfuckers she slept with. I didn't realize that you suck all of those spirits and energies in.
You may have not paid attention to it, but you're definitely taught the first rule of science is everything is matter and energy. You learned that in grade school.
I didn't. That meant nothing to me.
But you heard it.
No, I'm telling you right now, I didn't.
Okay.
Did you hear anything of that?
No, I see what she's saying.
I understand what she's saying, but did it fall into you? Did you know every woman you slept with that you were sucking in the energies from all the guys that she slept with into your?
I'm not gonna say right away. I just think like at an early age we had a conversation where I seen a situation where they describe people sleeping with each other, and it's like this person got 5 bodies, sleep with this person, then you got 5 bodies. See, this person they got 6 bodies, and you got it's like you see the effect of the the cycle.
So how the hell did I miss this shit out?
She just told you. You ain't want to see it.
That's the first thing you learn in science class.
I did not learn that shit. I learned that H2O and oxygen and shit like that. I did not learn that shit right there. I'm being honest with you.
Okay. I think you brought up something about the 40-pound video. And I think we should go into our next segment now.
So you think the comments?
Yes. I think we should hear from some of our audience about what they had to say.
Now, some of our audience, so we can go to Jay, I guess. Some of our audience, I think a new segment that we agreed with our new producer, our existing producer that existing producer. She just came on board because it's just you and I.
I didn't just come on?
You came on board here now on the visual.
Okay.
You was in the background.
Let it slide, Joy.
So some of the questions, some of the comments, we had a lot of comments on the 40-pound women, the big girls.
You have a couple. So what you should do is read the
comments?
Read the name of the person who left the comment, then read the comment, and then read your response.
Okay, let's start this shit off right away. Azia. She said, you're in the comments saying women values is mostly their looks. That tells me all I need to know about you. Women are an object. Meanwhile, women has to close their eyes.
Oh my God.
To look at you comfortably. LOL. Why are you laughing?
They said, close my eyes and look at you comfortably.
So my response to that comment was, Azia, I don't I didn't say it was the only requirement, but one of the most prominent. And remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I have a partner of mine. He like big women. I like my women small and petite and fine. So him and I go out all the damn time. So I have no problems with him. So I never had a problem with that aspect. And also, I never had a problem attracting women. Azia. My issues have always been attracting too many women. You know what I'm saying? And so Azia said, women also fake orgasm. What do you think about that? LOL, LOL.
Damn.
My response to Azia was, are you telling me those women were lying to me all this time? Damn. That's so wrong with them. How would you suggest I move forward? LOL. Azia said, LOL, I'm done with you. Our second comment was from Tracklist 68. Tracklist 68 said, right message, wrong messenger. LOL. Joy, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you getting. Hey, I'm gonna just put this out there. I knew it was gonna be some shit. I asked you straight up. I said, "Do you want me to put this on this cover?" And what did you say?
Run that bitch.
Continue.
Right message, wrong messenger. So I said to Tracklist 68, let me guess, you're from Atlanta. And I'm going to say your favorite boy band is The Village People. And let me guess, YMCA was your favorite song.
I don't get it.
Village People? You don't know who The Village People is?
Wait.
They're a gay group. YMCA is a gay group. So the third comment was from Ace Billionaire 404. OG didn't tell a fib. I like that. My response to Ace Billionaire 404, thanks, fam. They make me feel like a villain out here. LOL. Like that, didn't you?
I'm going to pick the comments next time.
Okay, let's go with fourth comment, Jay. How you like this? It was from Big T Summers. He said, saying this while you're breathing, sitting. Why are you laughing, Joy? You sitting there can barely breathe having this comment. My response to Big T Summers, out of breath, but still have great value. How is your value, dude? He came back and said, LOL, value enough not to be worried about a woman's weight. If I get out of breath during a conversation, don't talk to me about value when you literally taught your son to be ridiculously shallow. You think my son is ridiculously shallow? She laughing. He going off at you then.
I don't know that last part.
Exactly. So my response to him was, Big T was, I took 2 kids to the NFL. One is a doctor and one's an aspiring lawyer. How is your value, dude? I like that. I like that. Is that right? And fifth comment was from Lim DeLisa. It's true we do gain weight as we get older. I wish most men would understand that and not body shame us. And my response to that is very nice because you talked to me about this. It's not shaming. I'm truly apologetic if the presentation wasn't right. If you watch the entire podcast, you will see that the gist of the conversation was that I only knew to tell my son that because I didn't have a father figure in my life. More about the selection process and choosing a mate. I would encourage you to watch the entire episode on YouTube, Spotify, and Podgo so you can see what the movement is all about. Please watch the whole podcast and get back with me and tell me what your true opinion is after the podcast. How you like that one right there?
I like that.
I got a question for Joy. Since we're talking about, go ahead.
Before your question, we're going to have a new segment, and we're going to be asking you guys, the audience, for any relationship, family, or any questions that you need advice on. you can email us at info@egoversusego.com or send us a message in the DM with the question, and we might feature your question on the next episode of Ego versus Ego.
I like that. You had one more question to ask you before we go.
Yeah, before we go. Now, Joy, we talking about this subject of women gaining weight and all these different matters, right? We got a woman at the table. Ain't no better time than the present to ask this question. Joy, do you think he was right or wrong? Do you think women gain weight later on in life? Do you think
everybody gains weight later on in life? It's not just women. For some reason, when a woman gets pregnant and gains weight, the husband's right there along with her too. Like, he's the one having the dang kid. So both sides. I think when you are picking someone, you should have a little bit of foresight. Think, do I love this person? Because if you truly love them and want to be with them, 40 pounds is not going to make or break your situation.
But the key is making sure that you're not at 180 when you pick that 40 pounds. That being said, thank you very much for joining us on the episode of Ego versus Ego, and look forward to the next episode. It's going to get real. Thank you so much.